Hello all, welcome to AWS Babies. So in this video I'm going to talk about S3, which is Amazon's simple storage service. It is a service where um, within which we can store data. We have two terms here. One is called bucket and other one is called objects. So bucket is the unique containers inside which we are going to store the data, and each and every data inside the bucket we are going to call it as object. So so I am inside the AWS console. In storage unit, in storage section, we can see S3. So I'm going inside that. This is the console for Amazon S3, and you can see the region here has become global. So um, S3 does not require any region selection, but again, you can have it have the your data stored in a particular region. That part I will cover um, at the end of this video. Um, One more thing that we need to check is the billing as part of this storage that we are going to use. So again, that particular point I will cover at the end of this video. Now, how to create a bucket, how we are going to store the data as objects, everything we are going to see now. Now, so let me get into the agenda of this meeting. First, I will show you how to create a bucket, and then I will show you how to store the data inside the bucket as objects, and then I will show you how to make your data public, and then how people can access it. Then I will talk about the versioning of objects, and then how to create a static website, um, and then some basic details like the region for the data storage and the billing that you are going to get as part of your storage. Everything I will talk. Um, S3 browser is a topic which I'm not going to cover in this particular video, but maybe in a later video I will cover it. So let me get back into the S3 console. So I'm going to create a bucket now. Now we can give the bucket name here, which should be unique. So what I'm going to give my name along with um, okay. So underscore is an invalid character. So I'm giving today's date. Bucket name must not contain uppercase characters. Okay. Okay, right. So globally, this name will be unique. So it is accepting that. And the region you are going to select is Mumbai. So what I prefer, I will be selecting the region which is very near to me. So I am selecting Mumbai. So copy settings from an existing bucket. I don't have any. So I'm clicking next. Now versioning, as of now, I'm not going to enable that. I will show you at a later point of view. Now keys that I'm going to give. Um, Not as of now, nothing I'm going to give now. Other options, there is a encryption that you can enable it, default encryption or any other encryption that you can use, but I'm not going to get into those details now itself. So all the default settings I'm going to keep. Now manage public permission. So this particular bucket, it should be accessed by you only, or you want to make it public, you can decide that. As of now, I'm going to give it public read access to this bucket. So I'm clicking next. So this is for review for whatever you have done. Yes, create the bucket. You can see the bucket created with public access. So this is just a container inside which we can store our data. Now upload an object. What I'm going to do for this video sake, I'm going to upload one particular image which is named as desert, inside which we have a desert picture in the middle. So what I can do, I can click upload and then um, select that particular image. But one more option, which is the easiest one, drag and drop, I can do. So I can directly upload that, which means all the default settings it will take, or I can click next and do the custom settings that I want. So here I am the owner and I should be having all the read write access to the object, and here the public permissions. If you want to give, you can give for the object level. So grant public read access to this object I am selecting. I'm clicking next. And here is one main thing that we need to see, which is storage class. So we have four options for that. One is standard IA, one zone IA, and reduce redundancy. So each of this denotes what I will explain at the end of this video. So encryption I'm not going to give. So all the default settings. Clicking next. This is for review and yes, upload. So we can see the data is uploaded here. So had I not given the public access previously, here's the button to make it public. So I can click that and make it public. So already it was public only, so I just click the button again so that I'm making sure that it has been made public. Now for other people to access this, we can give this particular link, we can share this with anyone that we want, and already it is public, so anybody who copy paste this link in their web browser can see this picture. Now this is how we create an bucket and um, upload an object and access the object. Now let me get back into the S3 console. Now what I'm planning to do, um, how versioning is done for different object, I will explain now. So yeah, so creating a bucket and putting objects inside the bucket is done. Second point, which is public access and link for accessing the object, is done. Third one, I'm going to talk about the versioning of object. So versioning of object in the sense, if the already uploaded picture is named as desert and we have one desert picture inside it. Say for example, with the same name, I have another image. So I'm deleting this particular image desert and another picture which is having 5 desert pictures. I'm keeping the name desert, which is the same name which was previously uploaded with one desert image. So inside my bucket with the file name desert, one particular desert file in the middle was already available with the file name desert. What I want to do, I want to enable versioning for objects and upload a second file with the same name with 5 desert pictures in the same picture. So what I'm going to do, inside the bucket, I have to go to properties. Versioning is disabled actually, so I'm getting inside that and I am enabling the versioning. Then clicking save. Now the versioning is enabled. If I get back into my object and then drag and drop the next picture with the same name but 5 desert pictures inside the picture. So I'm clicking upload and upload is success. Now in versions, the selected option is hide. If I click show, we can see with the same name, which is desert.jpg, 2 versions are available and this one is the latest one. So if I click on that and I am making it public, and if I see the link now, it will be having the version ID in the end. So if I take this, paste it in the browser, we can see the desert picture with 5 deserts. So, and also the previous desert file is available, previous version of the file inside the bucket. Yeah. So this is how versioning works in S3. So let me get back into S3 console. The next topic as part of this is static website creation. So what I can do is inside the object, first of all, I need to enable the option static website hosting. Use this bucket to host a website. So for enabling that option, we need to give the index document and error document, which is of type .html. So index document in the sense, it should be having the HTML script. Based on the HTML script, whatever we have scripted inside the file, corresponding website will be generated. So I already have a file scripted with it, which is called index.html. So when I open it with Notepad++, I have a very basic HTML coding done here. So welcome to static website hosting, like that it will display on top. Then there will be a YouTube channel with a link access my page from here and some inbuilt video which will be embedded in the web page and one image which will be embedded in the web page with the name desert.jpg. So I'm closing this. So that is the index.html that I'm going to give. Next one is error doc. So first of all, I will type the name of the file, which is index.html. So when I host the website, it will be having the content which is coded, which is scripted inside this index.html. And we have a one more document called error document, inside which if this particular file is not coming properly, then what should it display? It would display according to the script that is coded in error.html. So error.html also I already have it scripted, which carries only a single display line, which is you hit the error page. So what I'm going to do, I am giving the name error.html. Now the website that I am going to host will be having the DNS server name as this one. So it contains the bucket name along with the region details. So I'm saving this. I'm just copying this and putting it in my notepad. So I am saving this. Now, whatever documents that I have given here, I should make sure that it is available inside the bucket in which I'm going to enable the static website hosting option. So not only the documents mentioned here, inside the scripting also, whatever images or whatever videos that I have mentioned, I have to upload inside this bucket. So we can see the static website hosting is enabled for this particular bucket. So I'm getting back to my bucket. I'm making sure that I'm uploading error and index documents. Also inside the index document, I have this desert JPG. So desert JPG is already public. Error.html, I'm making it public. Index.html, I'm making it public. Now the link I'm copying again, and if I paste it, I am able to see the static website hosting, the page that I have scripted in HTML. So access my page from here. If you click on this, it will route to my YouTube channel. Yes, it is successful. So static website we can create through S3 buckets. So if it is dynamic, we have to see other ways. But static website, as we saw just now, we can code the scripting, HTML scripting inside the bucket, and then we can host the website, static websites. Um, One more thing that I wanted to show is if index.html is not available, then it will display the error page. So I will just prove that. So index.html, I'm going to delete it. Now, if I refresh this page, the coding, HTML coding is not available in the bucket. So this page should not be displayed. If I refresh this, and it will display the content, whatever is scripted inside the error.html, which is simply a line which tells that you hit the error page. Yes, that also is working. So this is how static website hosting works inside the S3 buckets. Mm, yeah. Okay. So the next topic that I'm going to uh, cover is the region information and the different classes and the billing. So let me take the FAQ section of this S3. Um, so first of all, I just told about the four classes that S3 have, which is S3 standard, that is used for general purpose storage and for frequently accessing data. The second one is standard IA, which is infrequent access, and the third one, which is one zone infrequent access. Both are um, long-lived, but it is for, as the name tells, it is for very less frequently accessed data. So for that, we enable those two options. And the last one, which is Amazon Glacier, is a long-time archiving system. So based on the necessity, we will be selecting the particular class. So yeah, next I want to talk about the region. So we saw that we can select a particular region inside which we are going to store the data. So the region that we have selected, we can select a specific region of our own choice, but mostly what we will do, the region closest to our physical location, that only we will select, and I selected Mumbai. So the whatever class that you are going to select for your particular S3 storage, everything will be stored across multiple devices, and that will be spanned for a minimum of 3 availability zones. So what is a necessity for that? It is like a backup, and if something happened with the data center in one particular availability zone, then backup can be provided from the next availability zone. So you already know that availability zones are physically separated um, with a large distance inside a region itself. And if something happens to one availability zone, something in the sense to the maximum extent possible, if some natural calamity happens which destroys a data center in a particular availability zone, the data will be fetched from the other availability zones and the customer's data will be saved. So the data that you store is 99.9999% safe. So yeah, that is what I wanted to tell regarding the region. So the factors that you consider before you selecting a specific region um, is, as I told already, it is like the physical location which is near to you, the data center which is near to you, and some other options like the cost. It is cost dependent, so you might choose a lower price region to save the money. And another option is like you want to store your data in a region that is remote from your other operations for geographic redundancy and data recovery operation, disaster recovery purposes. Um, Enables you to address specific legal and regulation requirements. Yes. So next I will go to the billing region. Again, how I will be charged for the S3 service that I am using. Again, it is an important factor that we need to see. For AWS free tier usage, except this particular AWS Go Cloud region, if you select any other region, 5 GB of storage services is free for you, and 20,000 requests is free for you. Data transfer you can do up to 15 GB. So data transfer in is 15 GB, and for out it is 15 GB. Everything is separate, and it is for each month for 1 year for AWS free usage tier. And other charges you can um, get into the AWS console, AWS website, and check for the pricing. It varies with the service that you use. It varies with the region that you use. It varies with the amount of data that you use and the type of data. So all that matters, and you can always get into the um, details. So we have Amazon has provided everything in this AWS website, and you can always check it for um, rigorous usage. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. We have a topic S3 browser as part of S3. So for explaining that, I should explain about the account keys. So um, let me get into the IAM topics before explaining the S3 browser. So I will do it in a future video. Um, Feel free to ask any doubts through comments in the below section. Um, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are interested. Thank you.